Right, welcome to the Compliance Weekly Sync for the 30th of May. So the first thing is just to walk through the milestone board. Does anybody want to do that? Otherwise I can do it.
I can do it.
Cool. Thanks, Aaron.
Hold up real quick. Zoom. Just create. Bam. Oh, share. Click the share button. All right. Here we go. Are we just doing our? I know we proposed some changes, but are we just doing the regular walkthrough that we normally do this time?
Yeah, just the normal.
Okay. Let's see. Where have we left off on the close?
The last one was the indexed audit events by Michael's one.
This one right here. Okay. This one, backend filter compliance violations by branch names. Does anyone know about this one?
Yes, so we discussed this and it was blocked. And in last week's sync, we realized that we'd actually completed this task because it's been closed.
Perfect. All right. Let's see. These next few are from Hitesh. We have we're defining audit event type schema for various things, and we know we have quite a few of the, I don't know how many of those are still out, but I know that we've been working on those. So you can, if anyone has anything to say about these.
Yeah, just that one about the release evidence.
Yes, yeah, release evidence.
Yeah, so Hitesh has done an investigation into the error budget implications, and there is a very small, but basically negligible addition to our error budget, which is good. And we've updated all the documents, so all the documentation. So I think we've closed out that issue now. Yeah.
Okay. And the next two above those are UX issues. So solution validation adherence report. Does anyone want to talk about this one? Is that
I can quickly, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
it looked like the top. Sorry, it looked like the top one is related to that as well. But
yes, correct. I think the solution validation has been closed with the change in approach. There's no longer a need for solution validation, and Josefa has completed the back-end technical implementation plan and created a whole bunch of issues and started into that already. And then the next part is the front end from the designs.
awesome. Okay, in verification, visual bug framework bulk area. Are you validating this one, Nate?
No, Sam is.
Oh, Sam is. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, new audit event include merged MR deletion in UI and streaming audit logs. Jay, do you have update on that?
Yeah, so that I remember I was validating that before PTO, but I didn't see any updates on that. I'll check that later today. See if there was some updates pushed because there was a minor issue.
Gotcha. Okay. Compliance framework from compliance framework form. Sorry, form add accessible names.
Yeah, that was another tiny update to the compliance form.
And then emit all instance audit events to external destination. So I'm seeing some of these myself for the first time. I'm assuming discussed in the alternate weeklies. So there's nothing else to talk about there. We'll just slide over to review. still have. I'm going to have a couple on here. Set status back depending on retry. Jay, do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, so right before PTO, that one got the final approval from a maintainer. And then the maintainer had to get another reviewer because they were now an author. So they couldn't be the final one. So now there's some new feedback that I've addressed today, and hopefully that will get merged in because it was ready from the previous last maintainer. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Okay. Let's see. I kind of skipped over a couple of years, Nate, but they look like fairly low weight visual updates. This one remove add compliance frameworks for personal namespace.
Yeah, so with
Project button. Do you want to say anything about either of those?
no, I can talk about them when they're closed. They're pretty small things.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay, this is the big one that I've been working on. I have 2 MRs that are in review right now. One of them was because of some test problems that took me a little bit longer to finish last week. They were just kind of tedious because I had to update quite a few tests. The gist of it is that we changed a lot of things to use the newer audit method, and in our specs we have expectations in the specs for receiving that audit method once for this specific service for that audit event. I updated emails to use the new audit method also, which means that a lot of those other services were getting the audit method an additional time, and that was breaking a lot of the tests because it was expecting audit to be called once, and then it was being called an extra time because of the emails. I went back, I changed all those specs. They are now passing. I have tossed that back to Harsamart for review, and I think everything will be good from there. The other issue was that we have the one that is done, or the MR that has been reviewed, and I did put an ask out in the backend channel for someone to merge that. I think I asked a couple times. I haven't heard anything back yet, but that's where that one is now. So we can talk about that later. I'm not sure why I can't merge it, but all the MRs is at this point, or at least in review or done. So we have that's from Ilya, and we have a few more from Michael and any updates on anything else at this point? Sorry, I don't get to walk the board. I'm always worried that I'm going to or missing something, so feel free to jump in if there's anything that needs to be discussed.
No, I guess just one thing on in dev, the instance level audit events UI stuff. I don't know where that issue is. Yeah, sorry, that second one there. The
section. Oh, for an section.
Yeah, so the MR for adding the CRUD operations for destinations to the UI has been merged, and that's all behind a feature flag at the moment. And there is a MR up for the backend for the headers and one for the UI as well. So we're just waiting for all those to be confirmed before we move that to verification. So that's on track though.
Excellent. All right, well, I think that's all this group has on the board right now. Yeah, is that it?
Oh, thanks, Aaron. Because it's not the first weekly and not the last, we can skip all that. The next item was for me, which was congrats to Hitesh and Jay as well for 1 year anniversaries over the last couple of weeks. Big milestone, so congrats, guys. And the next one was, I've created an issue to discuss improvements to this meeting. It's more about how we go through and discuss our the items that are in progress and how we better align that with the goals that we're trying to get out of the milestone. So please have a read of that and put your thoughts in there if you have any. Thumbs up is good as well. And there's one item from Sam. Jay, do you want to voice that one?
Yeah, sure. I think Sam noted that there was a weekly parking session. He's going to add all of the engineers to the event. Oh, it's the pairing session. Sorry, not the parking session. That's why I was a little confused. Yeah, so Sam and I have been meeting every Thursday. I guess the time is 13 UTC. And I was going to expand that to others, and I forgot to make a note of it last compliance meeting. So I'm glad Sam did. And just open pairing. I used to do that with a previous team, and it was helpful to just debug a bit, just talk, whatever. And yeah. So. Yeah.
Anything else from anyone? Cool. I'll stop the recording.